Through investment in real estate, infrastructure, and trade in the Middle East, China is growing its influence in the region, and with Arabs younger than 30 who make up 60% of its population. In its Arab Youth Survey of 18 to 24-year-olds in the region, the communications firm BCW found that youth across 18 countries perceive China and Turkey as the top two allies of the Middle East and North Africa.
China, in fact, is at 80%, which has been the highest in the last 4 years, compared to the United States at 72%.
The change in perception is in part due to Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to create connectivity and trade by investing in global infrastructure projects, says John.
Nearly 28.5% of the investments in the Belt and Road Initiative is within the MENA markets, the Middle East and North Africa.
Another reason? China's no-strings-attached policy.
The Arab youth see China as in their stated policy as non-interventionalist. So in a way, they do not get involved in the politics of the region.
John says that with the spread of Chinese real estate ownership, business interests, and tourism, China's economic impact in the region will continue to grow.
The Middle East or the Gulf countries provide half the oil that China needs. So when you look at what is happening here, China in many ways has replaced the United States as its main trading partner. And that happened way back in 2010.
But not everyone views Beijing positively.
I think it's mostly just cheap labor and sweat camps.
The U.S. accuses China of forced labor, especially of Uyghurs and other Muslim minority groups, which China denies. Ahmed says he would rather live in the U.S. than China if given the choice, echoing what other Arab youth said in the survey.
The U.S. has diversity. It assimilates Arabs, non-Arabs, Europeans, and others from around the world.
60% of the Arab youth surveyed, however, said the U.S. would be a more important ally to the region than China in the next 5 years. While many view U.S. democracy positively, views on the U.S. military presence in the Middle East are more mixed. The U.S. has more than 30,000 troops in the Middle East, most of them Kuwait and Bahrain.
Nearly 60% want the US actually to disengage with the region. But on the other hand, they also see the United States as a great experiment of democracy, where they see this as an aspirational model for their own country to emulate.
By capturing the opinions of Arab youth, the survey hopes to influence business decisions and policymaking in the Middle East. Graham Kanwit for VOA News, Washington.